Wearing a bow tie is a great way to add character to your style. Just as formal as a necktie, it has become rare in today's modern world. Drape the bow tie over your neck, making one end slightly longer than the other. Now cross the long end over the short end, and then bring it under and through the hole, pulling it tight. Then fold the shorter end and bring it over. You now take the longer end and bring it down over the top. Take the two ends of the bow and hold them together. You'll now see a hole that's formed in the back. You are now going to take the end that's hanging down, fold it, and push it through the hole. Pull the folded ends in the front and back to tighten the knot. Then pull the non-folded ends to loosen. Keep going back and forth until you're satisfied with the look. Important note, a self-tied bow tie will never be perfectly symmetrical, but that's part of its charm.
The first step before you put the bow tie around your neck is to ensure that it's adjusted to the correct width of your neck. And you can do that by either adjusting the buttons or the slide on the back. You want to make it a little bit bigger just in case. You can always make it smaller. So first step is to place the bow tie around your neck, and you want to have one end of the bow tie longer than the other. Let's say about 1.5 to 2 inches. Next, you want to cross the long end over the shorter end. And this next series of steps is very similar to tying your shoe, so keep that in mind. You want to bring that end up and simply make a tie, just like the first step of tying your shoes. And then let's place this end over your shoulder to get it out of the way for a moment. In the next step, you want to fold this end over to make a loop. And you'll also notice that the shape of the bow tie is beginning to become evident. You're holding this loop with your forefinger and your thumb. This is important because it really assists you in the next step. So hold it quite snugly. You then want to bring this end back down, and it sort of bisects the end of the bow tie that you have down here. And you'll notice that a small hole or loop has been created that you're going to push this through. So you want to take it like so, and with your other hand, push it through and pull out the loop. When you're pulling out this loop, you need to be pulling on the other loop. If you pull on the non-looped ends of the bow tie, it will fall apart. So at this point, you just want to very gently continue to pull on each loop to tighten it and to adjust your bow tie into the desired shape. Now, the nice thing about bow tie that you tie yourself, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's actually a little bit nicer when it's slightly imperfect because it has a lot of life to it. Once you're satisfied with the shape of the bow tie, you can simply flip down the collar of your shirt, and you may need to adjust the bow tie one more time. And there you have it, a perfectly tied bow tie.
All right, this is how you tie it. First, you want the left side of your bow tie to be about 1 inch or 1.5 inches longer than your right one. So, long end goes over short end, pinch with your left hand. Now, the longer end goes up through the hole and you pull it tight. Now, your right hand, you leave your bow tie here. With your left hand, you hold that end of the bow tie, you bring your index finger in between your body and the bow tie, and you move it over to create a bow tie shape, which you can see here. Now, with your right hand, bring the other piece in, the longer piece, and fold it over. Now it already looks like a bow tie from the front. So, what I do now is I take this part of the bow tie, hold it together like so. Now I switch my hands, and what I can see now is I created a hole back here. And this is where this part has to go through. Now, I create another bow tie shape here, and I do that with my fingers like so, fold it up, so I get a shape similar to a bow tie, and I just push it through that little hole we created. Now, I pull on the folded ends, so it tightens the knot of my bow tie. And there you go, the bow tie.